Rowdy Retro Reviewer! Welcome to another groovy review. This time I'm gonna share my thoughts on the weirdo Yankovic film, UHF, released in 1989. Now before I give my thoughts on this film, I should let you guys know who weirdo Yankovic is, in case you have no idea who he is. He's actually a famous actor and accordion player. And I have been familiar with his work for a while now, thanks to his guest appearance on Scooby-Doo and Guess Who, which probably is the second time he met Scooby and the gang. Because the first time he met Scooby and the gang was in an episode of Batman the Brave and the Bold. He even did a lot of voiceover work for a lot of cartoons like Milo Murphy's Law and HBO Max's Velma, for example. But I'm not here to talk about those films. This is UHF. He plays George, a down-on-his-luck ordinary fella who's been put in charge of his uncle's run-down TV station, who's in files that's about to go down under, and tries to spice things up by showing a lot of wacky and zany shows, and later on put on a telephone to earn enough money to save the station for good. I better read this to you. Weirdo Yankovic and many more. Starring his inspired comment about a offbeat guy who turns a deadbeat TV station into a ragging success, broadcasting Weird Al's unique brand of humor. UHF is a place where you'll want to visit, with increasing frequency. George Newman is a daydreamer whose hyperactive imagination keeps him from holding a steady job until his uncle hires him to manage Channel 62, a station that's losing money and viewers fast. But when George replaces the station's reruns with bizarre programs like Wheel of Fish and Row's Wild Kingdom, ratings begin to soar. Sorry for my slurs a bit. Can George find the money he needs to stay on the air? Stay tuned. I actually got this for as a birthday present last year, and watched it twice in a row. The first time was probably I guess a few months ago, and just recently. And man, it's hilarious. And I think this is probably the only piece of Weirdo Yankovic merchandise I own. Okay, well, technically I did mention that he was a guest star on Scooby-Doo and Guess Who. So that technically means that I have two different Weirdo Yankovic related merchandise. But anyways, it has a lot of great satires and parodies of other popular things, like Conan the Librarian is a spoof of Conan the Barbarian. The opening credits is actually paying homage to the original Indiana Jones films, which is equally hilarious because I guess Indiana Jones was still a popular thing back in the late 80s, throughout the 80s. And I think there was even one moment where they even did a spoof of Gandhi being a action hero, which is something you don't see very often. And they even often reference Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote a few times from here and there. You don't see too many movies like this these days. And I think if anyone ever if you guys have ever met Weirdo Yankovic and asked him what it was like to work on this movie, UHF, he might tell you that he had a good time working on this film and trying to spoof a lot of things that were somewhat popular around the time. Or without trying to. And this was back when satire, spoofs, and parodies were still funny back in the early 1900s to possibly early 2000s, depending on how you look at it. And Weird Al Yankovic isn't the only one in this film. There's Michael Richards, who plays Kramer in Seinfeld, and I have been familiar with Fran Drescher, aka The Nanny, which I have seen some clips of that show on YouTube. Now for the others like David Bowie and Victoria Jackson, I'm not 100% familiar with them. Not sure if they were in other movies and TV shows besides UHF. But anyways, if you guys want to check out this film, go right ahead. You can try to find it on Amazon or some local thrift store that's somewhat close to where you guys live or something. And trust me, this is fun. This is a fun film to watch over and over again. And I might watch it again for the third time if I get a chance to. Now, I have no idea if UHF is available on VHS and a Blu-ray. You guys can let me know down in the comments below if this film is available on Blu-ray and VHS as well. Because hopefully I might be lucky enough to come across it at some point. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and stay. I meant to do that.